It is a fantastic day for solving linear systems with substitution. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. We're going to take two lines, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for where they intersect, but we're going to solve for this algebraically using substitution. Now, substitution just simply means that what we're going to do is replace a variable. So we're going to replace a variable with an equation or a value. In this case, it will be an equation. So let's go ahead and let's look at this first equation. I'm going to bring this one out. It says negative x plus 7y equals to negative 17. Well, in this case, we have an x variable and a y variable, and we're going to look for which one we can replace with an equation. And we can do this by looking at the second equation. And notice what it says. It says y equals. So we know what y is equal to. Y is equal to 6x minus 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the variable y with the equation that it goes with. So we replace variable y, and we're going to replace variable y with that 6x minus 20. So what we're going to write is this. We're going to say negative x plus 7. And I'm going to open up parentheses. And the reason why I'm going to open up parentheses is I want to fit this equation, 6x minus 20, right in the same spot where y was at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close those parentheses out, and I am going to continue with the equation. Now, at this point, we've done all the work we need to do for substitution. Now we just need to do the basic algebra stuff that we're pretty much used to. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to simplify this equation. So I'm going to bring down this negative x, and I'm going to say, well, what can I do with this 7 here? I'm going to distribute it in, okay? And I'm going to say 7 times 6, which is 42x. I'm going to do 7 times negative 20. 7 times 20 is 140. 7 times negative 20 is negative 140, equals to negative 17. And now that we've substituted, notice what we're doing. We're going to simplify and solve for x, or solve for the leftover variable. In this case, that'll be for x. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to come over and say, well, what is negative 1 plus 42x? Negative 1x plus 42x is going to be a 41x. And then I'll be left with the minus 140 equals to negative 17. And then what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and get rid of that negative 140. We're going to do that with a positive 140. And we're just working through some basic algebra. Okay, and negative 140 plus 140 is 0. Negative 40, positive 41x will come down, and we got negative 17 plus 140, which is going to be 123. And then we've got to get rid of that 41 attached to the x. We're going to divide that 41 off. Okay, you can use a calculator, you can use DeSmos, whatever you need to, but if you think about it, 40 goes into 123 times, 41 goes into 123 3 times. Okay, so x equals to 3. Now, we know that when we're solving linear substitution systems with substitution, or if we're solving this graphically, we are looking for where they intersect. And where they intersect is going to be an x and a y answer. So what we've done here is we've solved for the x portion of this answer. So we know that x is going to be 3. Now what we need to do is find out what y is going to be equal to. Well, what do we do? Well, the best and easiest way is just to pick one of the equations and plug that x in. And the one that I like to pick is the easiest looking one, the one that has the easiest setup. And since we're solving for y, I have an equation that has y. So I'm just going to use that one. I'm going to say y equals to 6. And where that x is at, we're going to substitute again. I'm going to plug in this value of x, which is 3. And then I'm going to subtract the 20 off. Okay, so you can see I plug in that x right there. Now that I've got that, I'm going to do 6 times 3, which is 18 minus 20. 18 minus 20 is negative 2. So we know y is equal to negative 2. So these two lines should intersect at the point 3, -2 if we have done this correctly. So what are we going to do? By God, we're going to go to Desmos. We're going to check out exactly what our work is, because there's no point in doing beautiful work and not making sure it's right. So I'm going to go ahead and put in -x plus 7y equals to -17. I'm going to, in cell number 2, I'm going to put the next equation, which is y equals 6x minus 20. And we're going to look for that point of intersection because that's what we're looking for. You can see that the answer there is 3, -2 right here. So we've got 3, -2. There's the intersection. And that is the solution to our system of linear equations, 3, -2. We have verified it based off of our work. And so we are in good shape. That is how you would solve for linear equations, system of linear equations using substitution.